Hey guys, I'm Glitter Valkyrie, and today we are back for another friend showcase. This is the 11th time that we're doing one of these, and I kind of felt like changing it up a little. Not that much because I'm not that adventurous, but I'm doing something a little bit different. Each viewer whose build gets in the showcase today is getting a non-monetary just for fun award. I thought about it, and if I were getting an award, I would want a solid gold Xander. So here you go, golden Xanders for all. Of course, we will still end the episode with redeeming free summons, and if you just want to see that, I will put a timestamp in the description. But there were a ton of amazing submissions, and if you want some build ideas, stick around. I'm covering the most units I've ever done today, and I'll still only be able to cover a fraction of the units submitted, so if I miss your unit, I am so sorry. If I miss people, I really do try to get them in the next episode, and if I keep missing your unit repeatedly, just let me know. I try to keep track, but things get missed, and seriously, I would not be able to sleep at night if I knew I made someone sad. So there is my preemptive apology for missing some great units, and I think we'll go ahead and get started. Let's begin with 2 friend code submissions. The first one belongs to Lucas, and he has got a +9 male Kana who is, in my opinion, the best Fate son, tied with Sigbert, of course. This boy is a beast with some serious tanking abilities. You have swapped his Water Breath for Lightning Breath Plus, and that built-in DC is just such a good choice for him. He has got double Brazens, so once he has sustained a little damage, we are looking at 64 attack, 42 defense, and 44 res. He has the premium null follow-up, Aether as his special, and attack tactic for his teammates. I give you the Best Use of Grails award because Kana deserves only the best. I absolutely love what you did with this adorable dragon, and congratulations on getting him to +10 in advance because you are almost there. Okay, for our second code, we have an insane +10 Priscilla belonging to LOL What. First of all, thanks for the FE7 representation. We need more of it. This Priscilla has been given the Witchy Wand from Halloween Mia, but I checked your skill list. You gave her all the standard staves, but also Candlelight, Joyous Lantern, Kumade, and the Grand Scratcher. That is some serious dedication. She is also running Close Counter as her ace skill, and you did give her Mystic Boost from Air as well. She also has double Savage Blow, which is one of the most fun things to do with healers in my opinion, and Miracle as her special. You get the most 5-star seasonals killed award, and I hope you get a Bruno so that you can add that Ovoid staff to her seasonal staff collection. Alright, now let's check out 2 builds from the friends list. First up, Fred Effect, you never disappoint. Today we have a +10 Spring Marisa to look at, and her stats are incredibly well-rounded with max merges, making her an excellent candidate for Distant Counter. And you have given her Dull Close from Summer Cordelia. This pairs so well with her weapon. You swapped the weapon that she comes with for Valentine Elowood's Casablanca, which has built-in dull ranged, so with this build she has both of the dull skills going. She has got Flyer Guidance and Formation, Aether as her special, and a dual rally as well. This build is so clever, and I have to say, this Marisa lives up to the greatness of your bunny Catria. Thank you, Fred, for all your great comments and also your units. You get the Thanks for Making Grand Conquests Enjoyable award because your units are always on my team no matter what. I can't wait to see your next build. Next, we have a Finn from Dave who has been given all the gifts and all the grails. You swapped his Brave Lance for Wagasa Plus and refined it for speed. And that weapon has built-in chill defense. But he's also got chill speed, which is going to make him a great debuffer for any team. You also gave him double bond skills, which will put him at 62 attack, 45 speed, and 40 defense when he's adjacent to an ally. I really feel like Finn got shafted with his original skill set, and this is the build that he deserved, so Dave, you get the Justice for Finn award. Thank you for doing right by this Lance of Legend, and I wish you all the grails so that you can get him to +10 soon. Okay, now on to the friend request list. We have a pretty rare unit to show off for our first one. This Bridal Charlotte belongs to RPG Dude, and this is a perfect example that Gen 1 units can still be relevant with time and investment. So Charlotte is an offensive powerhouse thanks to Life and Death and her speed refined first bite. She has Fire Boost as her seal, which I really don't see too often, but she does have 52 HP, so it'll likely activate in that first matchup. And once she's taken some damage, Wrath is going to activate and it'll be all over for your opponent. She's got a dual rally and Aether as her special, which are both great for scoring. You clearly love your Charlotte, RPG Dude, so you get the Add Regular Charlotte to Fae Already award. I hope they add her just for you. Thanks for sending her in. Next up, we have one of 2 male Morgens I'll be showing off today. This one belongs to JD, and kudos to you for building the best Awakening Sun. So this Morgen is plus 10 and is surprisingly well-rounded with max merges. He's got great attack and speed, but his mixed bulk is really what stands out to me. And you gave him close counter, which is perfect for his stat line. He's got Vantage for if he's been injured, and then he's got Aether for some self-heals. You get the "You sent your melee unit after me, that's cute" award. I am sure that you caught a lot of people off guard with your Morgen, and I just love the build, so thanks JD. Next up, we're going to look at Morgen's dad. It's canon, you can't change my mind. Wolfgang, you built my all-time favorite Awakening character, so you get the Best Taste in Characters award. My own Crom is pretty similar, and I can vouch for him being totally worth the investment. You've given him the Bond Refine for his falchion, and he's just unstoppable when he's near an ally. He has got Steady Breath, which is so great for speeding up Aether, and Quick Riposte to patch his speed in the enemy phase. Lastly, he has got Panic Ploy as his C skill, and with 56 HP, it works wonders. I love what you've done with the best Exalt, so thanks for sending him in, Wolfgang. Next up, we have a plus 10 Felicia belonging to Joshua. I always underestimate Felicia, and I always regret it when she smacks one of my mages in the face with her plate. Her PRF is so good, and she destroys pretty much any mage that goes near her. So you get the OMG All My Mages Are Dead award. You have capitalized on her insane res with a double ploy, and you gave her Glacies as her special, which is perfect. You have given her Mirror Strike as her ace skill, and that'll bolster her attack and res in the player phase. And Desperation is a great choice for her for a B skill. Felicia is another Gen 1 unit that really shines with investment and merges, and I think she still remains relevant with her PRF. I'm so glad you sent her in, Joshua. Next up, Muffin Button, you have a plus 2 Serdar for me, and I think I've made it pretty clear how I feel about Serdar, but nobody can deny that he is insanely OP, and you have managed to make him even scarier than your everyday Serdar. He is plus attack, so congrats, and he is already hitting 60 attack. I am terrified to see him fully merged. You gave him distant counter, and that coupled with distant defense is such a scary combination. You kept Serdar's menace, because why wouldn't you? And you have Bonfire as his special. I am sure you get a lot of mileage out of him, and I hope more merges come home for you soon. And because I find him so terrifying, you get the "You're great, but please don't match me in AR" award. This is a great build, Muffin Button, and thank you for sending him in. Plesio, it's your time to shine. I missed you last time, and I promised I'd get you this time around. I'm a woman of my words, so let's look at your Honoka. And I'm super excited to show her off because this one is actually minus attack. This is the perfect example that units can still be usable and even great with less than optimal IVs. Your Honoka hits 55 attack and 42 speed with the power of Life and Death, the attack speed 2 seal, and her speed refined spear. She's got Lancebreaker, which really helps with blue matchups, and you kept her valuable Hone Flyer's C skill. Her special is Blazing Wind, and I am just so impressed, Plesio. You took a unit that many people might have written off because of IVs, and you made her into something great. So you get the minus attack unusable challenge accepted award. Thanks so much for sending her in and for being patient with me showing off your lead. Next up, we will add this to the things that I thought I'd never see. I have a Virion to show off today. Allie, I don't know what to say. I asked for units generally regarded as terrible, but I think you proved me wrong. So I can't say that I ever looked at Virion's stat line or actually gotten him to level 40, but he's actually very well rounded with max merges. You have given him a guard bow refined for defense, and with this build he hits a respectable 33 defense, which will go really well with Ignis. He has got Death Blow for the player phase and Attack Defense Bond as his seal, which will help him out if he's near his allies. You've got Wings of Mercy as his B skill, and I bet he has gotten you some surprise defense wins if you take him into the arena or AR. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Virion can actually be good, so you get the I respect it but would never do it award. Thanks for the submission. Next, we have a plus 10 Alm belonging to CHS. I am so jealous of this unit. I have never been able to pull an Alm, and you got him to plus 10. He has such a broken PRF, and combined with the heals from Mystic Boost, he is going to be unstoppable. You also killed a legendary Roy for bonus doubler, very expensive A skill right there, and Defense Smoke is his C skill. Heavy Blade is his seal, which will definitely activate with his 58 attack, and it'll speed up the trigger for Draconic Aura. This is some serious investment, and I will bet he was worth everything it took to get him to plus 10. I'm pretty sure that CYL Alm isn't going to be as amazing as this one, so there's your award. Beautiful build, CHS. Now we have Eldigan Dark with a unit that definitely met my condition of rare. You have invested pretty heavily in your Eldigan, and he is quite a tank with this build. He has got his refined Mistletoe with built-in Fury, and rather than going the double Fury route, you gave him Distant Counter. Gotta say, a lot more creative than the standard double Fury. He has got Quicker Post as his B skill, which will patch that speed in the enemy phase, and even Defense Wave as his C. So that combined with Close Defense would put him at 53 defense if attacked by a melee unit on even numbered turns. He has got Gale Force, but I also saw that you gave him Bonfire. I think Aether could be another good choice for him to help keep him in quicker post range, and you've invested so much in him already, why not one more skill? I don't ever advocate killing Croms, but it could work. Thank you for sending him in, Eldigan Dark. I love what you've done with him. Next up, we have Zack with a plus 10 Kaze. I think Kaze is great no matter what weapon you give him, but you gave him something special, maybe from the newest Mythic banner. He is destroying enemies in style with Bottle Juice Plus, and there are few things funnier in Fae than watching a unit throw wine bottles at enemies. He has been given Close Counter as his A skill, and Mystic Boost as his B. Super premium kit here. You kept his attack smoke for all those amazing debuffs, and Close Defense is his seal, which will work so well with Close Counter. This build is so clever, and I checked your skill list, Zack. Dancing Ryoma, Summer Lind, and Hot Springs Camilla have died for your Kaze, and I just love it. So you get the 10 million points for style award. Thank you for making me smile, Zack. Now we have a plus 10 Valtor belonging to Tag. I'll admit, I find Valtor a little creepy, but this guy puts in some serious work, and I absolutely love the build. You kept his Cursed Lance, which accelerates his cooldown trigger and gives him some additional attack and speed in exchange for a little recoil damage. He's got Blue Jewel Flying from Legendary Azura, super premium skill, and he's got Chill Speed as his B skill. Even Defense Wave will take him up to 44 defense on even numbered turns, and Panic Ploy is his seal and will work so well with his 52 HP. I have some serious respect for anyone who would sacrifice a Legendary Azura, so the You Gave Up Grey Waves for this award goes to you, Tag. Excellent work. Next up, Mix with a Super Merged Lloyd. I loved Lloyd in FE7, and although I have some issues with his artistic representation in Heroes, I was still super excited to have him as a playable unit. You have given Lloyd all the gifts that he deserves, and I am in awe of this build. Lloyd's Regal Blade gives him an additional attack and speed plus 3 if the foe is at full health, but there are also some more bonuses to consider if he is within 2 spaces of an infantry mage. He has got Distant Counter, which is fantastic with his high res, and that's going to go up to 40 on odd numbered turns. He has got Darting Stance as his seal, which will put him at 46 speed on the enemy phase. He's been given Null Sea Disrupt as well, and honestly, I just want to watch this Lloyd destroy Veronica's over and over again. I bet he put some serious work in AR. This build is as beautiful as Lloyd should have been, and I just love it. Great work, Mix. Now we have a +10 seasonal, and units like this just always amaze me. Diana, we're gonna check out your Halloween Henry. I had no idea that he could reach 39 speed, and with attack speed bond, he'll hit 44 when he is near an ally. And he's going to be near an ally because he's an armored unit, and that's just how they roll. So you replaced his spectral tome with Grondblade, and for fast units like him who are getting buffed by his armor friends, that is perfect. Close counter was made for him with his stat line, and you gave him the premium special fighter B skill. I love what you've done with him. You get the OMG Henry Just Outsped Me award. Thanks for sending him in, Diana. Okay, Pookie, I know that I've missed you a few times, and I have always wanted to show off your Seliph, so today's the day. You must really love Seliph because you fed him all the dragon flowers and gave him some serious swag. You kept his PRF, which has that built-in attack defense bond, but you also stacked that with the seal, so we're looking at 67 attack and 51 defense when he's adjacent to an ally. You've given him Fortress Defense Res 3 from Cliff or Dune, and he has got some insane mixed bulk with this build. He has also got Odd Res Wave, which will take him up to 39 res on odd numbered turns. He has got a dual rally and Aether, and wow, people sleep on Seliph, myself included, but with investment, he can be unstoppable. In this case, S tier stands for Seliph tier. Thank you for being patient with me showing off your lead, and thanks for sending him in. Next up, another Super Merge seasonal, and this time we have a +9 Halloween Noe from B. You have totally redone her kit, and I just love it. Valentine's Titania has died for Loyal Wreath, but it just works so well on units who are going to stick with their allies like flyers. You have stacked the Spectrum Bond from her weapon with Attack Speed Bond, and she is going to be insanely powerful on a flyer comp. With this build, she hits 51 attack and 40 speed at baseline, and even more in the player phase with Swift Sparrow. If she meets the conditions for her bonds to be active, watch out. Desperation is perfect for when she sustained a little damage, and you have kept her valuable honed flyers. This build is high investment, but I also imagine very high reward. I hope that final copy comes home this fall, and I love what you've done with her B. Now we have a +10 Sizo belonging to Xandertown. Gotta say, you know how to get my attention. I see that name and it's like laser focus. So I'm the first to admit that I don't like pulling Sizo, but you are clearly a fan and you made him into an absolute monster. This Sizo is running a speed refined rogue dagger, putting him at 46 attack and 44 speed. That weapon gives him a little extra bulk after attacking, and that works incredibly well with close counter as his A skill. He has got a dual seal and double smoke skills, and this Sizo is the ultimate debuffer unit. Mad respect for investing this much in Sizo. I love the build and your name, Xandertown. Next up, I do Niles. Well, there's a sentence I never thought I'd say. Thanks for making me say that out loud. So, of course, you have a Niles for me, and Niles is an amazing res tank, and you have capitalized on his strengths with this build. He's got his PRF, which accelerates his special trigger, and it deals extra damage if certain conditions are met. It also has built-in flashing blade, and that is actually a really great weapon. He has got close counter, and at first glance, his defense is a little bit on the low side, but you've given him attack defense bond, so if he is adjacent to an ally, that's definitely workable. He is making the most of that res with Res Ploy and Iceberg, and I find this build to be so clever. I can't promise that I won't say anything unkind the next time I pull a Niles, but I will think of this build the next time I pull one. Thanks for sending him in. Next, I missed you last time, but Elle, we're finally showing off your male Morgen today. You have totally replaced his base kit, and you gave him an Owl Tome refined for speed. The Owl Tome synergizes so well with attack speed bond and will help meet the condition for Heavy Blade. You have also given him the very expensive Special Spiral, which is great with Aether. You have done an amazing job with him so far, Elle, and he is going to be unbelievable when you get him to +10. You get the Nothing is Too Expensive for the Best Son award, and I can't wait to see what skill you give him next. I always love to see how differently units can be built, and this male Morgen is amazing. Great work. Okay, we're gonna end it with a bang. Floval, you did everything I asked for and more when I requested the types of units for the showcase. I can't believe it, but I have another Luke to show off. And he is +1. You +1 to the rarest unit in the game, and you didn't fodder him for panic ploy. You are a better person than I am. So many units have died for this Luke, and I don't even know where to begin. You killed either Quan, Thea, or my favorite beast unit for steady posture, and I gotta say, if it was racing, it hurts my heart a little bit. So that gives him a little extra speed and defense in the enemy phase, and will stack really nicely with the defense boost from Safeguard. So Lean died for this. You also killed Air for Mystic Boost, and apparently New Year's Gun Threat as well for Joint Hone Speed. And I know that you said you were going to give the Safeguard a speed refine, so the HP boost that you get from that will work really nicely with Fire Boost. And of course you gave him Aether because why not when you're this far in? Oh, Floval, thank you. I asked to be entertained and you did it, and then some. Thank you for sending him in. Alright, so on that note, we're going to redeem some free summons. And our first banner today is Hares at the Fair. Okay, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't really want any of these units. I skipped this banner last year for a reason, but I would like to end my 7-month Lara Shell drought, and Catry is cool, so blue is our target. Finally! Oh my gosh, I was starting to think that she didn't exist in my game data anymore. And I'm gonna keep my plus speed Lara Shell for now, but the drought is over, thank goodness. CYL, one day I promise it'll happen. Then Destructive Forces. Okay, so I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not really into the fallen units, and Serdar and I are not friends, so yeah, I would not keep any of these units if I got them. But there's some seriously great fodder here. I'd really like to give Winter Crown Vengeful Fighter, so we'll try to pull green. Well, I guess we're pulling blue. And it's a 3-star. 3-star Lucas, all right. Next, we have Bartray in Fear's Battle. While a 5-star Bartray is very tempting, Carla is definitely the prize here. You know that's 3 5-star Bartrays right there. You know it. Okay, we get a Seliph. Let's back out. Next, Heroes with Bond Skills. I don't have a Drift female Corrin, and I'd love her for my Fates Family Emblem team, so green is priority. Alright, 1 green. It's kind of nice when there's just one of the target colors so you don't feel like you have to keep pulling. Oh, look, it's Arthur. Let's back out. Alright, we're going to end with my favorite banner of all these, the Spring Festival, which is ironic because these units are probably the worst of the bunch. I'm probably going to come back to this and do an actual recorded summoning session later, and I see myself wasting a lot of money on my favorite character wearing a stupid hat in the future, but for now we will pull any greens and blues on the first circle. I love all of these units and I don't have Bunny Crom or Lucina, so I'd be really happy with getting any of the focus. Okay, so let's pull the green and 2 blues. Alright, a 3-star Soren. Ugh, no. It's a berry. So no 5 stars, but we got something better. We finally ended the Lara Shell drought. I can't wait for my next one in 7 months. So that will do it for the 11th episode of Friend Showcase. Thank you so much to everyone who sent in submissions, and again, if I missed you, I am so sorry. I will try to get you next time. But as always, thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a wonderful day.